Hi, you're watching Bizworld and I'm Muhammed Ahmad Hamdan. The Malaysian Aviation Commission, MAVCOM, will fully cooperate with the investigation by the Transport Ministry in regards to granting an air service licence, ASL, to My Airline. It said this in response to the Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siu Fook's call for answers as to how the cash-strapped My Airline was awarded a licence to operate an airline. Yesterday, Anthony said the ministry is investigating how the troubled low-cost carrier had obtained its ASL in 2022. He said MAVCOM has to be accountable as the licence was granted by the aviation regulator. In order to obtain an ASL, the owner, shareholders and board of directors of an air service operator would have to go through MAVCOM's fit and proper person guidelines to see whether the accountable persons are fit to invest in an airline in Malaysia. My Airline's majority shareholder and owner, Datuk Goh Huan Hua, has been on the authorities' radar for the past 2 years for alleged dubious activities, including alleged scams and money laundering. Malaysia is committed to reducing carbon emissions in the transportation sector and aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 45% of GDP by 2030. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof said active participation from all Asian nations can also boost economic growth and create jobs in the green economy by leveraging extensive infrastructure, particularly in transportation. Malaysia has also heavily invested in sustainable transportation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions projects, among them urban and intercity rail systems and East Coast Rail Link (ECRL). Hong Leong Investment Bank has raised its 2024 crude palm oil CPO price assumption by 200 ringgit to 4,000 ringgit per tonne. This is attributable to the lower output anticipation, which is likely to be seen by the end of the first half or early second half of 2024. The firm also said the current weakness in CPO price would likely be temporary and is expected to recover from next year as the current high palm oil stockpile in major palm-producing countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia is expected to rise on the back of peaking palm production. Favourable palm oil-gas oil spread, if prolonged, will likely encourage palm oil demand, and the lagged impact of El Niño on palm production will also likely kick in from second half of 2024 onwards. MIDF Research has maintained its positive stance on the transportation sector and said port and logistics players are well positioned to benefit from the optimistic trade outlook and the recent ratification of RCEP and CPTPP agreements. Currently, MIDF Research favours the logistics companies over port operators due to its fewer foreseeable downside risks. This preference is supported by the sector's appealing valuation, currently at a substantial discount of between 40% and 50% below historical norms. It said worries concerning targeted subsidies have been alleviated as logistics companies will retain their access to subsidised diesel announced in the 2024 budget. This outlook aligns with the World Trade Organization's projection of a 3.3% annual growth in global merchandise trade for next year, with potential for further growth if inflation subsides rapidly. Now, Bitcoin extended a rally fueled by expectations of fresh demand from exchange-traded funds, ETFs, reaching the highest price since May last year. The largest digital asset rose as much as 11.5% to top $35,000. The possible approval in the coming weeks of the first US spot Bitcoin ETFs is stoking speculative ardor for the token. Asset managers BlackRock Incorporated and Fidelity Investments are among those in the race to offer such products. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Muhammad Ahmad Hamdan. Thanks for investing your time with us and stay tuned.